G'day guys, Big Al here, and as a golf club tester reviewer, golf clubs come in and a lot of them move on to a better life. Better than a life in my golf bag anyway. But sometimes, just sometimes, golf clubs can leave a mark on me to a point where we've gelled and I may want a certain club to stick around a wee bit longer, let's say. So are you sitting comfortably? Because this is a story about one of those golf clubs. There once was a man who did all he can to provide club reviews to his YouTube fam. The older he gets, the better he looks, but it's kind of weird that he started talking to ducks. Hey, Steve, didn't see you there. How are we doing? But this is a story about golf clubs that impress, especially during rounds that cause so much stress. Even though it sounds like a urinary tract infection, today's golf club has very few imperfections. Now open your eyes. That would only happen on this channel, you know that. Whether that's a good thing, I'm not too sure. If you didn't already guess by the hints in my story, yes, today we're testing the TaylorMade P Series UDI, and I love it. That nearly fell in the river doing B-roll. Look at that, that was a close one, wasn't it? See ya! Love it that much to a point where it's become champion of my golf bag. And what I mean by that is my golf bag is like the Royal Rumble, where the winner's tossed all the other ones over the top rope and it is in fact the last one standing to go in my golf bag. My golf bag is a very special place, and I think that's where mentally you guys should think like that too. Your bag is a special place. These golf clubs, these manufacturers are fighting for a spot in your golf bag. You don't owe the manufacturers by buying the clubs. They've got to impress you. You're the decision maker, you're the boss, and I think many people forget that. I've played some of my best shots this year with this golf club. The reason I like it so much is because I can do almost anything I want with it. Let's take this par 5 for example. This is about the distance if I hit a 4-iron from the tee on a par 5. Leaves me 250 in. Now, this is my easy 250, 260 club. I feel like I could still get on this. Like, I feel quite confident with this in hand. So we out to the right, first swing of the day that, and we're just right of the par 5. Let's have another go. This is the reason, these are low strikes as well, but again we've got that low strike cover with the speed slot at the bottom. I know a lot of people commented not being a fan of this, but this is actually, I think this is one of the best pieces of technology we've had in a very long time. Obviously the common strike location with the long iron on the tee, especially off the deck, is that low strike, but we've got that speed pocket as well to cover that, which I think is a very overlooked piece of technology. I mean, that one I just hit there was definitely a couple of grooves low. Can we try and get a better strike on this one? Better strike, still out to the right. That's such a penetrating flight. So honestly, it's a magnificent piece of, I was going to say machinery, of engineering. I suppose it is a machine, it's a golf club machine, isn't it? So it's Teaml Activity time, where you guys have to get involved. Comment down below if you use a utility, which one are you using, and how much has it helped your game, if it has. Maybe it hasn't. I'm interested to read these, so comment down below and I will reply to every single one in the next week, because if you reply in 3 years time, it's a bit harder, you know. So I suppose this video is much of a UDI video as it is a appreciation for the utility category. Put it this way, I feel if we could ask Sam Snead what modern category of golf club he would have wanted to help his game out, I'm sure in a heartbeat he would have swapped that bladed 2-iron for something of a UDI construction. So please forgive me if throughout this video I call it the P790 UDI, because it's now called P UDI. It's called P UDI. P for P Series, UDI, P UDI. It's called P UDI. Brilliant name. It looks like a P UDI. Is that or is that not a P UDI? That looks like a P UDI, don't it? P UDI. Hi P UDI. So I'm not going to make this tech heavy, but in terms of tech, we've got tour inspired shaping and performance. A part of this golf club that I do absolutely adore. I think visually it's just perfect. Feel very confident down at the ball, which is what you want with the UDI. You don't want to look at this and think, I can't hit this, because that defeats the purpose. It needs to have that get in the air property. It needs to have that, oh look, there's the fairway property too. But TaylorMade is saying it's got that precise CG location for optimal distance, whilst also having that workability and backspin for control. Now the UDI for me excels in this category because I feel you can go too far with a utility, too big to make it easy to hit, but it becomes unworkable. This is obviously the better player design, still iron-like, but a bit more beef behind the ball. The DHY is where we go up another category of size for even more forgiveness and ball speed. I wish you could see that in real time. Caught that slightly ground before ball, and it's just brings a tear to your eye. It really does. That's why you're in my bag. But the reason you see this more and more on tour, I mean, just about every pro on tour has got something or something like this construction. And it's quite simple as to why. It brings finesse to the golf bag. When the driver is a bit risky play or it's not working, a fullback's a fairway wood. But I still class, especially modern construction, the fairway wood for me is still on that Donkey Kong side with the driver. More distance, strength, less precision, let's say. But the utility for me is on Team Yoshi. It's cute, finesse, gets the job done in a different way. Smart, workable. Did I really just bring Donkey Kong and Yoshi into this? Yeah, I did. But as we know, golf governing bodies want to clamp down on distance. So if holes aren't getting longer, they're getting tighter, which makes you not want to play driver. So this is where the fullback club, you would have seen this a lot at Royal Troon at the Open. This is a fullback club because we still get some distance, unlike our 4-irons. But when swinging well, we can just about do anything we want with this. Let's see if we can do a little low draw around this corner. Chunk toe. You won't know though, will you? It was great. It was so good. It drew, as you saw, just what I wanted. It may be one of the most forgiving options from the tee, but it's not a miracle worker. We can still chunk it and flip it, that is for sure. Back to reality with a bump. So if we're sticking with the wrestling references, this is just coming at number 1 at the Royal Rumble, wiped out the remaining few, and now it's punched its ticket to Golf Club Ania. And if it wins at Golf Club Ania, it becomes the undisputed UDI World Champion. So what I'm saying, it's not made it just yet. It's just wiped out the majority of them and it's still got a fight on its hands. With what? I'll tell you later. Oh my. Get that one down your links. Can't usually play that shot, so I was happy with that. But I like what TaylorMade have done on their website with having the scale of playability, distance and workability. So we start on one side, of course, with the UDI, more workable, and we work all the way up to the hybrids of the QI10, ending with the Max, which is the more forgiving, more stable construction. But I think many fall into that trap of buying a new driver when their driver's not working. When it's actually the swing at fault, doesn't matter what driver you've got, that problem's still going to be there. Where it would be a much smarter investment to get something that's a fallback club, to get you in play, a little bit like this one. So, you lovely petals, I thought it was quite a casual video. I wanted to do it. I should have tested it ages ago. Need to be much better with that. Kids are now in daycare, so that's a bit more free time to be efficient with the timing. But if you've been watching the vlogs, you've seen how long I've had this in the bag. It's been a while, so it deserves a video at the very least. And I'm glad I'm gaming it. I really am. But if you've been watching the course vlogs, you know how long this has been in the bag, so it deserves its own mention, its own spotlight for how many minutes this video's been. We've got a few utility releases though. It doesn't mean it's officially in the bag yet. Pressure. But guys, it's always lovely talking to you. Thanks for watching. If you're not already subscribed, consider hitting the subscribe button. We're nearly at the elusive 100,000, and a wee sub would help that. It really would. Thank you as always, guys. See you soon.